Hey, good afternoon, guys. Uh, just usually I don't speak on, guest speakers on 2 o'clock because most of the people are busy. So, good morning. But anyway, good afternoon. This is Ramana Medbricks webcast. I'm no Albert Einstein, but I'm a host of the webcast. My name is Ramana Anamaraju, as you saw. So, we had a on guest, Dr. Marian Moss. She's really a, um, kind of a your trailblazer in the physician world. She's trying to propagate that they're disrupting the supply chain. How do you disrupt supply chain and save money for patients? It's a very novel, great idea, great insight into the healthcare fraud, healthcare waste. Really, but unfortunately, she could not able to make it today. She had an emergency. That's why I prefer to speak with the doctors in the evening time or in the night time rather than in daytime. But anyway, she had an emergency. She sent a short video. I'm going to play what.
My deep regrets to the MedBricks community. I did have a work-related emergency come up, and I am unable to appear on the show today. I do hope to come back next week at the same time as planned this week. I greatly regret that I had to do this at the last moment. Please accept my apologies, and I really look forward to coming back next week to discuss some of the problems in the United States and our medical supply chain. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marian. Actually, it's a supply chain. More I understand it, really very insightful how the money is wasted and then how patients are paying for the cost of the supply chain. Definitely, she's worth listening to next week. We will adjust the time. I will announce it a little bit earlier, and I'll let you know. Most likely, we'll see the best time for all of us. But anyway, as I announced it, I don't want to change any plans. So I'm going to present to the Richard Feynman quantum biology and physics. So, I'm, you see the scene is not a nighttime, daytime year round. so, um, so it is a challenging. But anyway, let me present to the um, Richard Feynman's world. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then we can play that out today at 9 p.m. again. But it's a lot of noise. I see. Let me know. Richard Feynman is a very colorful personality. He used to go to in Pasadena. He used to work in Caltech. Located near Pasadena. So he used to go to. He was born in 1918 and died in 1988. So he used to go to a club called Gianni in strip club in Pasadena. Um, so he's a very regular figure there. Then he never drank. Actually, he never drinks. But he used to take Diet Coke or something Coke. But that regular sodas, but not anything. But he was fascinated by women, and he always he always used to go there. But one of the things that he did was he was writing on the drink mats a lot of equations, a lot of diagrams, and everything he's doing. So, so, so there's pictures of Gianni Club. In drink mats, he wrote a lot of equations. So they sold it for They went for auction $5 million. Think about that, guys. If you and me write on anything on napkin, only thing is because the dustbin is the only one place. But he sold his drink match for $5 million and went into auction. Richard Feynman's. Now, if you he's so popular. Uh, so Richard Feynman, I'm going to talk about. He is a very celebrated theoretical physicist. He's a celebrated theoretical physicist. If you see uh, if you see a lot of these shows, the Big Bang Theory, his name was quite mentioned in the Big Bang Theory. It is a Feynman Lectures are very well known. And one of them is my favorite is one of gravitation. He make it extremely simple. He's my mentor in that sense. He makes the science easier to understand. That's one of his uh, traits. One of the great traits of him is explain the science to the even common man. That is that he loves it. That is Feynman lectures are one of the best you can see. They're available online. If you're a physics student, they're great work. So so a lot of doctors, I show you how the so if you have a CAT scan, X-rays or comes out, and then the equipment produces the CAT scan equipment produces X-rays, and they come on the shadow on the body, and they fall on the body, and then they gives a shadow that is a visible. You can see the chest X-ray right there. PET CT scan is different a little bit. It works on a different mechanism. It works at gamma rays. It produces a positron emission tomography. Is called. Goes inside the brain and produces a positron and produces the gamma rays. So all are light waves. People think there is something. They're all different. Actually, they're all photons. The only difference is the way the wave, the frequency, the wavelength between them is different. For example, gamma rays is the highest wave, is the smallest wavelength on the right side on the picture you see. Visible spectrum in the middle. On the left side is a microwave radiation where you cook, and the infrared is a cook food. So heat, infrared is heat. So these are the same photons, the way they vibrate. That is the only difference. They're all light waves basically. So that is you need to think about all the radiations are light waves. They are nothing but light with a different wavelengths. Easy to understand. This is not a physics I'm teaching. I'm teaching to the medical people, doctors and stuff. So it make it easier to understand. So how does it work? So if you have an X-ray, there's a tungsten elements there in the element. There is atoms in the tungsten elements in the filament. In the filament, there is atoms inside. When you heat it up, because you put a battery or voltage, it heats up. When it heats up, it produces resistance and kicks out the electrons from one orbit to the other orbit. When the electrons move from one orbit to other orbit, in some cases, it emits a radiation. It emits light waves sometimes. It waves the light you see. You work in the nighttime. That is also electrons kicking out from the orbit to other orbits. But it also produces the gamma rays. It produces X-rays, because the amount of the amount of the bump from X-ray from the orbit to one orbit to the other orbit, the amount of the radiation comes out of it, because the amount of heat you give it to the tungsten filament, that takes it, and then it depends on the energy it gets it, and then it produces the radiation in the it's light waves. They are gamma rays. Now the more energy you give, more the energy comes out is the gamma rays. That is where you use in gamma in cancer radiation treatment, and also in the positron emission tomography is possible, is they use and possible. So visible spectrum is a very small in the when photon vibrates, we only see a particular vibrations we can see of the photon. That is a 400 to 700 nanometers of wavelength. X-rays are zero point zero 0.01. Think about that. It's a huge difference between X-rays and visible light. Wavelength is zero point zero 0.01 nanometers to 10 nanometers is the X-rays. So as you know, so the only visible spectrum is very small. So these are all light waves. Remember, that is, people get confused about it. Even when I was studying in physics, it was a big confusion to me. They're all light waves with different frequencies. That's all. All of them are radiation. So matter produces radiation. Radiation is rays, light waves, with X-rays, light waves, gamma rays. They're all light waves, and hits the matter and produces X-ray or the films you see. That is the mechanism. Why I'm saying all of this, I'm going to explain to you in a second. So when that, so if you see the matter produces the radiation, light waves, and heat produces the film. That is a process. So matter interacting with the light, which is the waves, radiation, either it is the light wave, gamma rays, or X-rays, all, any rays, which is microwaves, infrared, doesn't matter. He gave Richard Feynman gave a childlike diagrams. Childlike diagrams, they're all children draw, but they are masterpieces of the diagrams. They produced one of the best diagrams, understanding the how the matter interacts with the light. You have to understand the basic system of how you get the X-rays is matter produces the radiation hits the X-ray films that you see. That interactions at the fundamental level, it is called quantum electrodynamics. That is was given by Richard Feynman. He is really a genius of his times, or now even now, for he's one of the top physicists in the on the planet, in my view, after the Albert Einstein. He won the Nobel Prize in 1965 for the quantum electrodynamics. So he wrote he has written several books. One of the books is Quantum and the Computers. Feynman wrote several books on the computers. He's one of the computers people think IT people did that. No, the physics people did that, guys. So I'm bringing back science and medicine back to the front lines. It's not IT guys. They take credit all for all of it. I'm a little spiteful because they get unnecessary undue credit for them. The people that do the great job. I wanted to Richard Feynman people like that get be really respected and should be in the front lines. So Richard Feynman wrote several books on several books. One of them is computers, and then he wanted to simulate a quantum computer on the regular computer. I will explain to you what a quantum computer is, but quantum computer he wants to simulate. What is a quantum computer? What is going on with the quantum computers? Quantum computers are oh, so quantum computers. All the people competing. That's a holy grail of computation. IBM, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Intel. They're all fighting for their holy grail. Quantum computers, the next biggest revolution you can see. I tell you why. It is, if you want me to tell you in medical terms, it is going to give the mechanisms. I hope people are expecting it gives a mechanism for diabetes and cancer, so we can cure all the diseases. So quantum computers are essential for that kind of a understanding the deep mechanisms of the body. So they're all fighting. They're all everybody is racing towards the. So how fast is the quantum computer? Just before I explain you what is a quantum computer is. If you take a laptop, it's 100 million times faster than a laptop. 100 million times. When I tell you, when you say 100, when you put the million, the zeros there, you will understand how big that is number is. Just a mind-boggling number. Okay, 100 million times faster than any laptop. Our laptops are so good. They used to the power of laptops. Apollo 11 used our laptops. Basically, our laptop computer, Apollo 11 mission ran on. Think about that. That power. Now we have. It is 100 million times more than that. It is just next level. So data, it handles 5 million laptops every day. It can handle the 5 million laptops in a piece of cake. Quantum computers. It's a big. So that is a power. That's why they're all rushing to the quantum computers. What is so? I will explain to you what is the layman quantum computer at the layman level, and then I go into a little bit more. Quantum computer is if you have a maze and you have a mouse and a cheese at the end. I hope you can hear me. I let me check my audio. I'm very worried about that sometimes. Hello, yeah, it's working. So, layman quantum computer, I'm going to explain to you in a very simple terms. If you have a cheese at the end of the maze, what is a mouse does? It goes keep on trials and errors. It goes, hits the wall, come back, and try again. That is a series of steps it does. That is what the classical computers do, the series of steps, one by. But in the quantum computer, when the mouse transferred into quantum system, it splits into a ghost mouse. Yeah, I'm going to use a ghost. It 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 becomes several ghosts actually, and then travel all possible paths to the cheese at one time and fix that shortest distance, come back in time and go. Think about that. So that is a layman's quantum computer description. So a mouse splits into the ghost mouse, several ghost mouses, and travel all possible paths to the cheese one time and see which one working, come back and fix that and go back and get in short distance, go back in time and fix his time. So you saved the time, you got the cheese fastest. That is a quantum computer, the lowest, very very simple terms explain. I'm going to explain a little bit more about quantum computers. One thing, when people say quantum physics, quantum computers, you have to remember one thing. It is called superposition. I will explain to you what superposition is. Superposition is a concept. Whenever anybody says quantum, you need to think about superposition and entanglement, but entanglement is related to superposition. I will tell you what superposition is. You have a shoes, you're about to go to work, and your mischievous kid put two shoes in two different boxes and closed it. And then you go there, oh God, you get upset with your kids, but what can you do? You love him. So you go to my son used to do that all the times. I know exactly what that means. So you open a box, that is the left shoe is there. The two boxes, the kid put in the two different boxes. So when you open the first box, there is a left shoe, automatically the other box has a right shoe. That is an automatic. That is not a superposition. That is a correlation. Superposition is a more trickier than that. I tell you what that is. The will not even know whether it has a left side shoe or right side shoe it has. It has left shoe or right shoe. It doesn't even know. Even universe doesn't know. That is a funny part. That's the strange and funny part of the quantum physics is that until you open the box, it assumes at the last second. When you open it, it assumes either left shoe or right shoe. Until that, it doesn't know whether right shoe or left shoe. Or both shoes are present at the same time. That's a very counterintuitive idea. But it is what it is, quantum physics. It is proven beyond the doubt. It is proven experimentally that it happens. So it's proven beyond the doubt, experimentally proven that in the last second, with the moment you open it, it assumes one of the positions, either left shoe or right shoe. Then the other one is automatically the other shoe. That is a quantum entanglement. Entanglement happens there. So superposition is a very trickier than just correlation. So remember that is the last until last minute, the universe doesn't know which left shoe or right shoe. When the moment you open the box, universe picks up one of the shoes and then shows up. That is the big concept behind the superposition and quantum entanglement. So they're entangled because you open the left side box, even the other box is on the other side of the universe. It is a right shoe. You know that already. It can be Alpha Centauri, another star, but you will know immediately that is the right shoe. That is a quantum entanglement. But entanglement is not the information that you're sending back and forth. Basically, it's a correlation. It's a very strange kind of correlation. Okay, that is last minute correlation. That is last second correlation. That is. So quantum the quantum. What is the difference between a classical computer and a quantum computer? In the classical computer, there is a clear bits 0 and 1, 1 and 0, or the clear marks. Either the chip is either gates, either 0, off button, on button. That's it. 2 buttons. In the quantum computers, they're all mixed up. 0 and 1 are on the superposition. They until you observe it, it doesn't assume any one of the positions. It has a both 0 and 1 same time. That's called a qubit. Okay, it has a both 0 and 1 same time. It is a qubit. It's called. So classical computer is different. Suppose you have a light switch. You need to tell them you need to turn off and turn on. Until that, you don't know that switch is working or not. You need to do 2 actions. In the superposition, very strange. The light switch, you don't have to do 2 positions. 1 position will tell you what things about it. That is a funny and counterintuitive idea of quantum physics. Superposition, qubit. So you don't need to turn on and turn off both. You need to check whether the light is working or not. It just 1 position will tell you. In superposition, can tell you whether the light is working or not. That's the great thing about the quantum computers. So what is a quantum computer going to do in healthcare? One of the things that they say diagnostic side, actually 5 to 20% are going wrong. Let me tell you, in the the 5 to 20% are, that's IBM analysis of the IBM of quantum computers analysis on healthcare is 5 to 20% is not correct. Biomarkers are wrong. So 20% up to the errors possible, even with the best medical sciences available. We need a quantum computer to do the right things that improve there's 20% errors possible in the diagnosis and treatment and prognosis. All of them are 20% errors possible maximum. With the quantum computers, it can reduce it, it can address. That is the power of the quantum computers. That is a big number IBM is reporting. The next is that the quantum computer IBM says that it can fix the premiums, your prices will bring down because it does a risk analysis better. I highly doubt that. People don't care about these insurance companies. Will keep their premiums higher to make more profits. If they find a cheaper prices there, they're more happy because they make more profits. I'm not sure that they reduce the premium because that quantum computer found out the best way to find the cheapest price. So, but anyway, that is one of the analysis of the IBM is that it reduces the premiums. The third one is precision medicine. 80% of outcomes are medical care is only 20%. That's what they say. 80% are social determinants. That means how you live in life at home, what are the other problems you have, poverty, mental health, all those other areas, social environments that you have, interactions, families, all those things cause 80%. Those are the determinants are very complex. Social determinants are extremely complex. You need a quantum computer to determine. That's why precision medicine is not just a precision medicine. They say it is just finding a gene and give you the right medicine. That's a small part of it. but you have to encompass all the social determinants to give the best diagnosis, best treatment, best prognosis on that one. That's only possible through quantum computers. That's what IBM is saying. So what else we can find with the quantum computers? Chronic disease mechanism. We don't know what is diabetes. We know basically, if we know exactly mechanism, we know how to stop it. We don't know. Vaccines is another one. Drug discovery is another one. All these things are possible through quantum computers. It fastens the speed of finding all these things in much quicker. So what is another way of storage now? USB storage. If we have a good best USB flash drive, you can store 100 million 100 HD movies. You can store maximum capacity of the USB is 100 HD movies. And also in 10-15 years that will die, that will get messed up. So the storage on the magnetic spectrum is it loses its potency and loses the data. But if you store in the bacteria and DNA, in bacteria storage is a 500 years it stays, and then 100 million one bacteria, you can hold 100 million high definition movies. Think about that, guys. The future of storage is going to move to the bacteria storage, live in vivo storage. That's what already done in the Seattle, Washington with the Microsoft. They did it. So there's a lot of changes coming in the computer side. Quantum computers are going to change that. The topic is a quantum biology. What is quantum physics does in the body? A lot of all these years, quantum physicists and doctors believe quantum physics don't play any role in the body because quantum physics required is very lowest temperatures, minus 273 Kelvin degrees. So it is a big zero. The Celsius, then Kelvin. So it is a big problem to find a quantum phenomena. It cannot happen in the high temperatures and the wet conditions. It cannot happen. They ruled out. But more and more research they found out. Nature founds its own subway system, underground subway system, to exhibit the quantum phenomena, to experiment with, to do the quantum phenomena. So nature found its way, our bodies found its way, a new subway system under the underground that they can do the quantum phenomena. That is what I'm going to say about that. Is one of them is a photosynthesis. For example, if you see, photosynthesis was discovered by Albert Einstein. When light rays falls on a electric plate or plate, photosensitive plate, it produces the electricity. That is what he found. He won the Nobel Prize for that. He did not won the Nobel Prize for the E is equal to mc square. He won the Nobel Prize for the photosynthesis. That's exactly how the leaves work, all the life forms work. The light falls on them, they convert them into energy, and then they do stuff. Battery, for example, which that uses the photosynthesis, which Einstein discovered, is only 50% efficient. But our eye, when the light falls on us, it is 98% efficient than a solar battery. What his brain is doing? It is all physics, right? Something strange going on in the brain so what they found out is stunning. When the light photons fall on your eye retina, it splits into like a mouse I explained to you. It splits into the ghost photons, travel all possible paths to the visual cortex, and fix the shortest distance and say that is shortest distance. That's why it is more efficient. That's what they're finding out in quantum biology. It's happening in our brain. That's a photosynthesis. Our our thing is that our eyes are basically photosynthesis. Light falls on it, it becomes electrical signals, and it creates a chemical signal at the end in the visual cortex, and feeling, seeing, and everything. So it's a second experience anyway. That is secondary experience. It is not a second person experience, not a first person experience, what we see. So that's why reality is very confusing. There is another area they found out, enzymes, particularly in the carbonic acid. When you breathe out, if it is just a direct physics chemistry phenomena, it is only happens only 20% of the carbon dioxide we spit out, we breathe out. But without enzymes, quantum phenomena, that enzymes create that faster mechanism. They're catalysts. But here, enzymes, what they do is that they jump quantum tunneling. They in particular situations, they do enzymes exhibit a quantum phenomena from a lower potential to higher potential, lower energy to higher energy. That's possible through quantum phenomena. That is strange, but it's a counterintuitive thought, but it happens. It's like water going from bottom to the top. You always see water falling from top to bottom, but here is the bottom to the top, the quantum phenomena. So that is where in nature found its own subway system to express area is a smell. The quantum smell is very interesting. Northern Italian, the Italian wines, between northern Italian wines, southern Italian wines. I'm not a wine expert. I don't drink wine. Drink vodka before, but not anymore. I'm a vodka guy, not a wine guy. But no more. I'm quit all those things, waste of time and money. But I'm done with all of that. But northern Italy and southern Italy, don't say unless you're expert, you're master of it. But even that is not possible. According to the chemistry, there is only 400 receptors in the nose. Then we can recognize, humans can recognize up to 10,000 smells. The chemistry is not matching up there. So there is something going on at the quantum level they found out. A quantum tunneling creates another 9,600 receptors. It simulates the 9,600 receptors. That's why we can see so much smell. Smell is one of the longest memories you can think. I used to eat in a small village in India. Indian food is called idli and chutney. That chutney, I ate after 40 years, I remember that smell. So smell is a very powerful phenomena. You can recognize. So that is one of the quantum phenomena they're ascribing to the quantum phenomena. So quantum biology happens in the body. Even the birds' navigation to the English robin goes to migrate 1,200 miles and come back. How do they know the GPS? They don't have GPS. They have internal GPS through quantum phenomena. They use electromagnetic radiation with the quantum tunneling. They navigate it themselves. That's what they found out. It is the strangest thing. There's a lot of research going on, but it's a very tantalizing phenomena. These are all. So when Richard Feynman said that nature is not a classical dammit, that's exactly what he meant. Nature is not a classical, it's a quantum. We only see classical part, but is nature as embedded with all the quantum phenomena. Quantum is always exhibit there. So that's why Richard Feynman is a genius, understood long time ago that the understanding the power of quantum computers, quantum biology, quantum physics, all of them is a genius of any times, of timeless, ageless hero, a timeless hero for all physicists, definitely for the rest of the world also. So I have I need to support it. You can buy the Richard Feynman t-shirts or scrubs, or you can find the cups on my on the website Amazon or the Etsy. You can buy on Amazon or Etsy. So you can go to ramana.com, dailywearformedicine.com. There is a tab called Daily Wear for STEM. If you click on that, you please promote the one. We need your help. We need your help. But that's why. Thank you for listening. I'm going to 1 second. I am playing this thing. Thank you. I'm truly honored to have you all. Sorry that Marian could not able to make it. I hope she makes it next time. She has a very interesting things to say. We should listen. So, bye.
We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags, and endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine through our unique campaign called Daily Wear for Medicine. You can wear it, carry it, and give it.